Hey guys, what's going on? Here's another video for you. This is we're gonna continue our series here. This is 1993 in metal, so I have some albums, some EPs, and some weird demos and stuff like that. So we'll get started. We'll go with the first one here. This is a classic. This is the second album by Immortal. This is Pure Holocaust. I remember getting this used at FYE back in the day. I mean, what a catch that was, huh? This came out on Osmos Productions. Like I said, this is their second album. It's probably my favorite by them. It's either this or, I don't know, maybe like Battles in the North. I feel like most people's favorite is At the Heart of Winter, but I feel like that one's very front heavy, and the second half I'm not that crazy about. It's good, but it's not as good as the first half. But anyway, this is a ferocious album. Yeah, I mean, I've heard people say that because Abbott plays drums on here, and he's not predominantly a drummer. And I've heard people say, like the Primordial guy on his podcast, I've heard him say that they actually sped up his drums. It doesn't really sound like that to me on here. I guess I could see it on Battles in the North, but on here it sounds pretty organic. But yeah, anyway, this is an absolutely amazing album, a classic, ferocious album. It's definitely their most serious album, because everything else by them is very, at least image-wise, it's very goofy, but this one is just like very dark, very evil. Absolutely love it. One of the best black metal albums. All right. So after that, this is kind of a controversial one. Not a lot of people like this one too much. At least the people who like Pure Holocaust generally don't really like this album. This is Sepultura's fifth album, Chaos AD. This is when they really changed their sound from thrash metal to, I don't know, I guess like, there's definitely like hardcore influence on here. There's a lot of like, kind of like Metallica sort of slower influence on here. I really like this album. Maybe it's nostalgia, but the first like 8 songs, in my opinion, are like awesome. And yes, could I go the rest of my life without having to hear Refuse, Resist, and Territory? Yeah, we don't need to be hearing those songs again. I mean, how many times do we have to listen to those songs? Let's be honest. But I mean, regardless, it's kind of like how I feel about Angel of Death and Raining Blood. Excellent songs, but I don't really need to hear them ever again. But like I said, excellent album. I love Propaganda. Slave New World is awesome. Amen. Nomad's probably my favorite on here. I love that song. And the rest of them are pretty good. I actually kind of like The Hunt. I know it's a cover, and it's kind of like weird for them, but the others are like pretty good. So overall, pretty solid album, but this is their last good album. I don't really care about the Derek Green era. I don't really think he's a very good vocalist, and Roots sucks. So this is their last good album, in my opinion. All right, after that, another early Roadrunner one. This is a weird copy of the album. This is Typo Negative's, I guess, technically third album. This is Bloody Kisses. I also have this on vinyl over there, which I guess I should have gotten, but whatever. This one has Suspended at Dusk on it, but it doesn't have, was it Too Late Frozen? No, is that, fuck, what is the song that, oh god, I don't know. There's one song on here that's omitted from like the original release of this. But yeah, I mean, this is a classic album. Is it my favorite? That would probably have to go to October Rust. I really, really like Life is Killing Me a lot too. World's Coming Down, I don't like the last 3 tracks. Like Pirate of Blaze sucks, and that Beatles cover sucks. All Hallows Eve kind of sucks, but this one's pretty good straight through. I do like how they omitted like Kill All the White People. It's kind of like a Carnivore type song, and not the biggest fan of that style. But you know, you got classics like Christian Woman, Bloody Kisses, Too Late Frozen. Oh, that is the, what am I thinking of? Shit, I don't know. There's one song in here they omit, but Can't Lose You, Summer Breeze, Set Me on Fire, Black Number One, all classics, excellent stuff. Goth rock or goth metal at its best. This is when Roadrunner Records was still good. So yeah. Anyway, after that, we'll go with the weird one here. This is a this is a pretty controversial one. This is Graveland's demo In the Glare of Burning Churches. So again, like my last video, there was like 1 or 2 on there that I have that I said like weren't the greatest. This is kind of just like for historical purposes. This is not a very good demo. His vocals suck. The music's like kind of whatever. And the other thing I don't like about this, this is the Forever Plagued Records release. I don't like how all the versions on here are all alternative versions. Just give me the original. Why do I need an alternative version? I mean, I got this for back when my band was touring. There was like some guy distributing at one of the shows, and he was like, "Yeah, just pick a CD." And I picked this up for whatever reason, because I do like the early Graveland stuff, but not the demos too much. I don't really like this that much. It also comes with like the EP. I don't know if it's Epilogue or whatever, but it's not a great album, but it is historic. It is, you know, a lot of people really like this album. I'll throw it on from time to time, but I can't really make it through the whole thing. It's just, I don't know, his vocals just suck ass on this, in my opinion. But anyway, whatever. A weird one, but one that's, you know, if you can get it for free, it's worth it. All right, so after that, another classic. This was on a really big label. This is on Giant Records. This is the, whether you're counting Abominations of Desolation or not, this is the 3rd Morbid Angel album, Covenant. Excellent, excellent album. First 6 songs are incredible. Just like some of the best death metal you'll ever hear. Pete Sandoval's drumming is just off the charts. My problem with this is when it gets to Angel of Disease, it's not a bad song, but it just doesn't flow with the rest of the album. It sounds very demo quality. I don't really know, like it's not a bad song, but it's kind of just like, it doesn't fit. And then Sworn to the Black is okay. And then I don't really like God of Emptiness. I never liked that when I first heard it. I don't like the weird typo negative, like, let the children come to me bullshit. I think it's kind of lame, but like I said, first 6 songs, excellent. Rapture, Pain Divine, World of Shit, Vengeance is Mine, Lion's Dead, Blood on My Hands, amazing stuff. All right, so after that, this is an excellent, excellent EP. The first Enslaved release after Yggdrasil, the demo. I absolutely love this EP. This is what got me really, because like I said in my previous video, I've always had Eld, and I liked Eld, but I was kind of always just like under the assumption that all their stuff was kind of like just like their progressive whatever bullshit. I never really gave the older stuff a chance, but then I turned this on one day and I was just like, God damn, this is good. This is some amazing, amazing Norwegian black metal. His vocals are so goddamn good on this. I love the production. Obviously Trim is just a powerhouse. Excellent, excellent stuff. I really kick myself for not checking out their early stuff earlier. Amazing, amazing stuff. So then after that, we'll go with, this one's a pretty odd one too to have in the pile here. This is the first Earth release. This is Earth 2, I believe. I think they had like an EP before this and like a demo or whatever. This is Earth with the guy who was like roommates with Kurt Cobain. I think, didn't he like give him the bullets for a shotgun or something? I don't know. Dylan Carlson, mastermind behind Earth. So I don't know if I would necessarily call this metal. I guess it is in the sense that it's like heavy and it's just guitar, this album. So you really have to be into like the whole drone, sun, Southern Lord type sound. But I am, so I absolutely love this album. I think it's brilliant, and yes, it's extremely minimalistic, extremely repetitive. There's only 3 songs, and they're all, you know, 12 plus minutes. I think like 1 or 2 of them is like 20 minutes, but excellent, excellent stuff. If you like drone music, I mean, you should obviously know this, but if for whatever reason you haven't, check this out. Definitely check this out. So then we'll go with another one. This one's a demo. This one comes packaged with the demo that I showed in the last video. Actually, there's 2 releases in this video by this band. This is Forest is My Throne by Satyricon. Really like this. It's only 4 songs. The one song is on the album after this, which I'll get to in a minute. Midhillest Till Winterland but I love the Night of the Triumphator. That's such a great homage to like Celtic Frost and like the early bands that influenced black metal. And then the title track, Forces My Throne and Black Winds, are very good. It's nothing like incredible, but it's cool for what it is. Good. It's a very solid demo. Very happy to have this Moonfog release. You know, classic stuff. You have this and Yggdrasil. So excellent release. Definitely check it out. After that, we'll go with the weird one here. This is one, I don't even remember how I got this, but it came in weird packaging. It came in like plastic wrap that just kind of like deteriorated over time, because I've had this for quite a while. So I just have like the paper and the CD. This is Blood of Christ with their compilation. I think it's called INRI. I don't know. I think these guys are from Canada. This is a comp. They only made like, I want to say 2 demos and a promo. And for the purposes of this video, we'll just be talking about the promo, which is a 4-song promo that came out in 1993. And that's the first 4 songs on here. I don't know where you could get this, but like I said, I got this for free years ago. And the promo, the 4 songs in the beginning of this, excellent, excellent death metal. Amazing stuff. Reminds me of early Gorguts mixed with Morbid Angel. It's thrashy. The musicianship is excellent on here too. All 4 songs are amazing. I don't know what happened to these guys. I feel like if they kept going, they could have had a really promising career, but for whatever reason, after the promo, I think they just disbanded. And this is the compilation of the promo and the 2 demos. I remember not being too crazy about the demos. To be honest, I haven't listened to them in years, but I do really like the promo in the beginning of this, the 4-song promo. Excellent, excellent death metal. Catchy, hooky, everything you'd want. So check this out. To be honest, I don't really know where you would check this out, but this is a really good band from Canada, Blood of Christ, if you haven't heard it. Good stuff. So I'm going to go with another classic here. This is the first Rotting Christ album, Thy Mighty Contract. This is a quintessential Greek black metal. This is a must-have. This and like the first Varathron or whatever. What's the one with the, what is it? Majesty of the Swamp, early Varathron stuff. The older I get, the more I just absolutely love Greek black metal. This and Macabre Omen and Varathron and even like Necromantia to a degree, even though it's kind of weird, but yeah, just amazing stuff. I've heard people say this isn't a drum machine, but to me on here, it sounds like a drum machine. It is credited as Sakis' brother, whatever the hell his name is, but I don't know, it sounds like a drum machine, but regardless, it works. I love the sound of this. I love how minimalistic it is and atmospheric at the same time. It is kind of a continuation of Passage to Arcturo, but a lot more, I guess, mature in some ways. Not that that's really saying a lot, because Passage to Arcturo is about as minimalistic as you can get. But yeah, the production on here is great. There's a ton of atmosphere. I love the keyboards. And it's short, sweet, and to the point. It's only like 34, 35 minutes. This is a must-have for any fan of black metal. Legendary, legendary album. So we'll go with another demo here. Yep. You know, we'll just get this one out of the way here. So this is another one by Satyricon. They released 2 in 1993. This is their first full length. Dark Medieval Times. This is an original Moonfog pressing that I actually think I got this on the same day as I got Pure Holocaust from FYE, which is kind of cool. But yeah, this is an original pressing. You can see Fog 1. And it's so old, like I can't even really take the booklet out because it's so flimsy. But yeah, this is a great album. You really have to be in the mood for it because the production is really, really thick and really dense. And in a sense, it kind of, in some ways, has the same feel as In the Nightside Eclipse as far as like just kind of the uniqueness of it. In the Nightside Eclipse is a lot better than this, but I do like this for what it is. I feel like the songwriting on here, they kind of had too many ideas at once. Like there's a lot of like start-stop kind of stuff, but you know, you have like Walk the Path of Sorrow, Taka Slow Ted, Into the Mighty Forest, Skiggy Dams. There's a lot of potential here. It's an excellent album. It's not my favorite, but it's a very, very solid debut. Excellent stuff. Check this out. I'll go with, I'll just go with, stick with the theme here. This is the first EP by Emperor, called Emperor, I believe, right? Because Wrath of the Tyrant's the demo, I think, right? Anyway, yeah. 4-song EP, Emperor, one of the best black metal EPs, period. You have 2 songs that would later go on to In the Nightside Eclipse, and it's arguable which version I prefer because they're vastly different. Like, I Am the Black Wizards on here is more raw black metal and more kind of like, it's more aggressive, I feel like, because the version of I Am the Black Wizards on In the Nightside Eclipse is definitely a lot more atmospheric based. And then Cosmic Keys to My Creation in Times, I might like the In the Nightside Eclipse version a little bit better than that one, but you have Night of the Graveless Souls, which is, it's a weird track, but it's cool. I like the weird keyboard melody in that. And then the title track, Wrath of the Tyrant, is excellent. This is one of the best black metal EPs you'll ever hear, period. Can't recommend it enough. I mean, you know, Emperor, everyone knows Emperor at this point. Just amazing stuff. All right, so after that, we got 4 more here. Go with another controversial one, oh boy. This is the second Burzum album, Decim Engen Var. Absolutely love this album. I feel like it's kind of short though, because you have like the first song, which is like an ambient intro, and then you have like Nar Himmelin Klarner, which is like another ambient thing, and then the last song, Svarte Troner, which is another ambient thing, which is cool because they flow. Don't get me wrong, this is an excellent album, but I mean, Snu Microcosmos Tegan is a 9-minute track, which is excellent towards the end, has some really eerie, like chanty synth stuff in it. And then you have the amazing ambient track, Hansum Reiste. That was one of the first songs I ever heard from him. It's an amazing song. Very in the vein of like early Mortis. The one song I don't really like on here, Lost Wisdom, I feel like it's just really overrated. It's kind of like how I feel about War. I don't listen to it that often. It's definitely one of my least favorite by him. I just don't really like the main riff in it. But then like En Ring Till Harske and Key to the Gate. Key to the Gate, the solo towards the end of that is one of the best like solos in black metal in my opinion. It's just so iconic and just perfectly captures that Norwegian spirit. Excellent album. Again, not my favorite, but very good for what it is. So 3 more here. We'll go with a demo. This is a really cool release. This is a bootleg that I found at a record store years ago. This is called Gorgoroth the Beginning. It actually has a lot of really cool stuff on here, actually. Sorcery Written in Blood, which is the demo from '93, which is amazing raw black metal. It's short, it's only 3 songs, one of which goes on to be on Pentagram, which I think is, I think it's Sexual Blood Gargling. I could be wrong. It's one of those, but the rest are amazing. Very vicious raw demo. So check that out if you haven't. It's amazing stuff. And the other stuff on here is they have the promo from '94, which is only 2 songs, and The Last Tormentor, which is really cool. That's their infamous 2-song live EP. And they have like Live in Germany '96, which has like 5 songs on that. So this is a hell of a bootleg, and I'm really happy I have this, because this is like if you're a fan of like the early Gorgoroth, track this down. This is a great compilation of the early stuff. And like I said, the demo, quality shit, amazing stuff. Last 2 here. This is one from Finland. This is a pretty lesser known band. This is Belial with the Gods of the Pit Part 2. Very short. It has songs from, I think it's their demo, which is called Gods of the Pit Part 1. I could be wrong, maybe it's an EP. But there's only 4 songs, and then the 5th song is like 26 seconds, so it's like whatever. It sounds a lot like that song off Ugra Karma. That's very short as well. It's like a Finnish reference, obviously. But yeah, it's really good death black metal. This came out on Moribund Records, which is pretty cool. It's in the style of Impaled Nazarene, like I would say like kind of like early Grave. It goes from like slow old school death metal to like in your face blasting, ferocious vocals, really a hidden gem of an album. I don't even remember how I got this, because I think this is another one I had gotten for free. But this is really good stuff. If you haven't heard this or their early demos, definitely check it out if you're a fan of early old school death metal. Really good stuff. And the last one here, last but not least, we're going to go with Marduk, Those of the Unlight. This is, I'm actually not terribly familiar with their early discography, so I want to say second or third album. Dark Endless is the first, and this is either the second or the third, I can't remember. This is really good stuff. I'm kind of new to the Marduk game. I've always been a massive Mortus era fan, so I've been trying to get into the early stuff. I've always had Panzer Division Marduk, and I know like World Funeral, but as far as the early stuff like Opus Nocturne and Nightwing, I've never been terribly familiar with, so I picked this one up probably like 2 or 3 years ago now. I really like it. It's very good. I don't know if I like the vocals quite as much as Mortus, the guy from Funeral Mist, but it's very good for what it is, and I can see why people like it so much. Yeah, it's a very good album. You know, I would take Norwegian black metal over this pretty much any day, but that's not to say this is bad. It's definitely good for what it is. I guess I'm just not like the biggest Swedish black metal fan. Like, everyone knows like I'm not a big Dissection fan. I like the first couple Dark Funeral and, you know, some other stuff here and there, but yeah, good stuff. I really like the drumming. It's very raw, it's very aggressive, and you know, this has like wolves on Darkened Wings, stuff like that. Great album. Check this out. So yeah, that's it for this video. The next one will be coming soon. Metal albums from 1994. Hope you enjoyed. Hope I had some things in there you guys haven't heard of, because I'm trying to make these videos so it's not just the same Emperor, Burzum, blah 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 bullshit. So anyway, hope you enjoyed it, and I'll catch you on the next one.